Dumelang Tibinki, welcome to another fire episode of the Mobile School Podcast. Remember, don't like, don't share, don't subscribe. Nobody really cares about all those things, man. Today I want to talk about Twitter deciding that they're going to charge everyone with a badge like $8. What most people need to understand is that $8 in the US might sound like it's nothing, but in a lot of countries, it's a lot of money. So in South Africa, as an example, $8 would be 140 to 160, depending on the fluctuation of our currencies and everything, but it's over 150. So let me break it down to you what you can do with 150. With 150, you can feed yourself in South Africa weekly breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can buy like 5 kg of pap, you can buy oil, you can buy 2 kg of chicken, you can buy bread that can last you for the whole week. Let's say 4 loaves, you can buy eggs, and you can buy tea. Maybe at like, no, you can't buy Oros, by then you've passed the 150. But what happened to Sigzo? They must bring, bring Sigzo back, bruh. Bring Sigzo back. Sigzo used to make like a whole lot of classes of like nonsense juice, but it lasted for a long time. So a lot of journalists are complaining like, oh no, fuck man, so now if I have to pay, it'll be costly. Bro, let your company pay for it. You're a journalist, right? You work for an organization, let them pay for it. If they don't value you, they won't pay, and we're gonna do like fake accounts using your handle, and then it's gonna get worse. But I don't understand why journalists are complaining. To be quite honest with everyone, journalists have been trash. Journalists have been trash since September 11, where they just took information from big companies, from the government without investigating it. And when you tried to investigate it, they fired you. But now because they moved online and they got arrogant, having like those blue check marks, and now they're like, oh no, please give us a red one that we don't have to pay for, because now it's going to be a problem. Of course, I feel sorry for people who are doing like real journalistic work, like Hopewell, Goodwill Hopewell, the Zimbabwean journalist. Big up, brother, you've been killing it. And keep pushing. They're gonna kill you eventually, but we'll remember you for the good work you've done. And yeah, nobody remembers cowards, so you'll be remembered even after Zimbabwe has crumbled and it has become like a fucking desert and a shithole. 300 years from now, people will talk about you. Don't mean shit because you'll be dead, but we fuck with you, man. Like, I love people like you who are like real journalists. So talking about the $8, you guys must be out of your fucking mind if you think a guy who spent 44 billion on a company that was worth 12 billion is not going to try to make that money back. I think also we don't understand that in that level of billionaire type of takeovers, it's a different story. People are like, oh yeah, but Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post, but he didn't increase subscription. The Washington Post is still under a fucking firewall. You have to pay to get that fucking articles. Also, if you think about it, the people who are complaining are like people from the Atlantic. The Atlantic, they wrote a fucking article saying we must forgive people who spread misinformation. Like, nah, we're not forgiving you. You journalists, you're supposed to investigate shit that Pfizer said. You're supposed to fucking investigate that shit Moderna said. But no. Because they advertise on your fucking little website, in your fucking papers, you didn't say anything negative. You didn't want to do the investigation things, the investigations that were necessary for people, the public, people who trust you to get that information. So you must fucking pay those $8. You must pay. Actually, they must charge companies that have written negatively about people who are like, hey, let's question some of these vaccines. You guys must be charged more. They must charge you $80 for lying. It's punishment. Fuck you, all of you. And if you don't like the $8, blow him or blow us. Yeah. But the point that I'm trying to make is that at some point we need to understand that those badges started meaning nothing. Oh, I'm a football star. Here's a badge. Like, yo, motherfucker, what the fuck do you need a badge for? You play football, you get on the field, you kick a ball around. You don't need to get a badge that says, yeah, this is the real person. But then what happened was that we started asking footballers, people who dropped out of high school, people who don't fucking read, about politics. And then when they started speaking, we told them, hey, shut up and dribble. And now they're starting to post like some books that are anti-Jewish and be like, hey, shouldn't you not be posting that? And they're like, hey, that's my private life. You don't have to follow me, but yeah, but you're a big person, people follow you. So if you're promoting that book, and now he has to fucking apologize. Big up to Kyrie. But my point is that journalists have been shit. South African journalists have been worse, bro. Like, look at what happened with Ramaphosa. South African journalists have done absolutely nothing to question Ramaphosa. I know this is starting to sound like one of those podcasts where I always shit on Ramaphosa. That's it. There. Ramaphosa is useless. Ramaphosa is protected by the media. And if we're not careful, we're going to realize when it's too late that journalists are the ones who've really messed up our country. One day when the people rise, let me tell you what's going to happen in South Africa. They're going to go for rich people. But before they go to rich people, let me tell you, you journalists, you middle-class fake journalists, they're coming for your families who are still in the townships. They see you with your fancy fucking car coming to the township on weekends to the car wash. So they know where your mom lives. They know where your fucking family lives. So they're going to start with you. I'm not encouraging violence. This is not a call out for journalists to be attacked for being useless. It's up to us to not even subscribe to their websites, to not read their articles, because for them, it doesn't matter whether you say something positive or negative. They look at impressions. Actually, the more pissed off you are, the better for them, because then you're creating more people to go look at it and then engage and say, they go back to the advertisers and look, oh, look at the impressions. We attacked like 2 million this year, so you can advertise with us. Only to find out only 60 people fucking went into their website because somebody went into their website, screen grabbed the article and put it on Twitter for free. Right? Have you noticed when people screen grab an article, they don't put the advert on that screen grab? Not idiots. The advertisers are idiots for keep giving money to those motherfuckers, but they also benefit. If you're a company like a construction company or a pharmaceutical company, you fucking benefit for News 24 sending your propaganda. And it's okay, make money, bro. We understand what you have to do. But one thing that we should never allow in this country is to let people, journalists who write articles, and their reference is like, oh, Jacob Radebe, 34, say 10-4, said on Twitter, Ramaphosa is the greatest. Oh, really, bro? Really? You guys don't even care that Ramaphosa has never, ever answered to you. Nobody in this country in the past, no president has ever done that. Where he's like, yo, I'm not answering any questions from journalists. Nothing. That motherfucker's been there for over fucking 3 years now. He's never answered anything from the media. He gets there, talks, reads the teleprompter, goes fucking home. So yeah, I believe that social media should be paid for. And I've spoken about how also WhatsApp should go back to charging $1 a year to make money, so we don't have to fucking get our information stolen and shared around, and people like getting our numbers and going to open like new accounts with our numbers, and then they start trolling, they start hacking our accounts and asking people for money. There should be like security that you feel you have to pay for, because if you think about it, cheap is costly. Look, I'm not a podcaster here, like running his mouth. No. I'm an independent TED Talk. Abash.